Let's get started. Look at this. Wow, look at Friday. We have a upside down false hammer. So that tells me markets want to comes in. The previous low we have this doji star in. So now right here we're approaching the low again. Friday we have a false hammer. Very obviously, as a double top here. Okay, interesting. Is it gonna go down or is it gonna bounce off? We don't know. We're gonna have to wait for confirmation. Always let the price action work out itself and tell you what the market want to go, where the market want to go, what the market want to do. Right. Okay. Spider. PY. We have this indecision kind of doji with a tail on the bottom, and then not even a complete hammer where it opened, went up, seller came back in, sold it back down. Let's look at the Nasdaq. QQ. Now you can see a hammer and upside down hammer. So you can call this a hangman and a hammer. Right. So either way, the market on these is going so wow. The Dow Jones, you can see the Dow Jones just much weaker than the S&P 500, Spider, tradable instrument, and the Nasdaq. QQQ is the tradable instrument for Nasdaq. Right? So this looks like one who comes in. That looks like one to go up, right? So what's going on? Well, this is what's going on. The way I see it, you can bracket this whole, these 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 bars in the box. Inside a box, basically, it's inside a box, like that. So I will be looking for breakout of this box, breakdown or break up, and is it a momentum bar that will carry through this resistance area and bounce up, or is it go right through? If it goes right through this, then we might look for a short on the bounce. Okay, if it went up and through this high of the high, these two bars, it's kind of like the top. Right, let's draw a line. Let's get our support line. Right, draw the line, make it clear. Always make it very legible for yourself. Right here. We broke up through this line. I will wait for a bounce back and try to find a hammer, a price confirmation that buyers come back in when it retraces. So we'll see. Gonna get interesting eventually. Don't know when. I don't time the market. I don't make predictions. I trade what the market tells me, what the price actions tells me. Let's look at the small cap. So 2000. Now again, right? Upside down hammer. And then the hammer. So there we go. Socks was on a tear, and then it went sideways. Right, so I have this little box going on, waiting for it to break through, get out of this consolidation area. I want to see, and then what does it want to do? This, in actuality, I can extend this regression, a more longer term regression channel here. Yeah, there we go. Pull it out. Okay, let's get a better picture. Let's pull out the longer term. And so I have this resistance line that broke through. This kind of like consolidation purple box area and a long-term uptrend. So there many things can happen in once it move outside the support line, resistance becomes support line, move outside the box, kind of consolidation box. Outside the long-term channel, breaks up, breaks down, and then I'll be looking for a play. Right now, consolidation again. A small play, bounce off here, give me a nice, good Thor's hammer. The long tail bias complicate buy up, buy it, bounce off this. On the other hand, I'm not going to short this guy. It's a long-term uptrend. I don't feel comfortable short directionally. I might elect to use options to sell call spread, maybe. Or if I'm really long, I might just do what is called J lizard option strategies. I will cover those in time. Those are really make this really fun when you start using options. But directional, pure directionally, I really advise. I actually wouldn't do anymore. Is to short against the trend, especially if it's a momentum trend like this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, even a red right here. I am not going to short it. Just too much risk. Yeah, it did that, and eventually came back and broke new high. If you really look at it, so if you don't take profit really quick on your short here, you're gonna lose. But why do I want to do that? What I want to do is actually long around here instead. That's the easy play. That's the high probability play that you want to go for. Well, that's what I would go for. That's what the pro would go for. Okay, yeah. So since it's the beginning of the week, I want to go a little bit more in these border market index instruments, to build an idea of what I'm looking for this week ahead, for the month ahead. So I gotta keep these in mind. That's why I have all these technical analysis on top of it, and I'm not even opening my other strategy and the additional overlay like the moving average. Let's look at the moving average. What I see right away is the yellow 7-day been chopping in and out a little recently because the momentum kind of dies down, start going consolidation sideways. However, the 21-day moving average, the white line, is hugging pretty nicely, but the momentum slowly dying down too. It's actually below the 21 moving day average. So this tells me, look at this, right? That MACD moving average conversion divergence. This tell me it's coming off. Look from here, from this Friday, on 16 forward, on June 16 Friday, it's not coming off the momentum. But before that, look at this. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at the momentum start just vertically climbing up. Right? Remember, moving average, a lagging indicator. It takes the most recent numbers, like 7-day, take the 7-day most recent numbers, average it and plot the line. And every day move forward, it drop the furthest away day and end of the day, and then make the average. So it's always lagging. And once you know it's lagging, that's way to work with it. But if you think, oh, I'm going to just use moving average to do a trade, look, I wait for the crossover, right? This touch crossover, boom. Right. Then the next bar, because we train daily, the next bar, right, is around here. Right? You have only so little profit. You don't want to use this to get inside the trade. You want to use it actually when it's widening and then it narrows. Before it narrows and touch, you want to get out of the trade. Use it profit taking or even a continuation of trend. Right? I will have to go over how I use moving average, right? How I learned moving average was taught, and then how I evolve and use it the way that is better for my own trading. Everybody have to develop their own. That's how it works. You develop your own strategy, how to improve, but you cannot outsmart the market. You cannot outsmart what is the price actions tell you. This is an uptrend. there's no way you can use any technical indicator to say, oh, I want this is somehow I can make this see as a downtrend. Yeah, this is a retracement. You can say this is a downtrend on the short term, but overall it's an uptrend. And when you say overall uptrend, trade with the trend. That's the first thing I actually learned when I walk inside trading floor. I experienced the old guys tell me just this one thing: trade with the trend, and it works. And now I'm one of these experienced guys, and I will tell you the same thing: trade with the trend. Yeah, just like that. Yeah. So anyhow, let's move on. Let's take a quick look at financials index. Like down, and then let's do a nice, pretty regression channel. I select the wrong one to get the regression channel. What was it again? Where this guy is? Okay, there we go. Oh, I did have it. It's just slow. Okay, I haven't extended for the last week. Let's extend it this week, so I know. There we go. So now this is what we call upside down flag pattern. This is a flag pole, and this is the flag, the body of the flag itself. So it's upside down flag. If you flip it upside down, then it's a flag, right? The flag pole, and then this is the flag, right? So what do I expect? I expect it to go again. I expect it to test this low, this right here. I expect that. Let me mark that. I expect it this low of the low bar. I want it to see the market breaks down, test this. But my trade, this is my profit area. So if I short it, so my trade will be, right now it's a flat, but it's in the middle of the channel. I want to see it to try to break on this line, on the top of this regression channel. And then I see a long tail, that means buyers are trying to buy it up, but sellers just come right back in and sew it back down. Then I will take the short on the next bar, and then I would, at the bottom of the channel is my first profit target. This low of this whole breakdown area, since it broke down this whole area, regression channel, this is my final profit taking place. Okay, so I have this first profit area, this second profit area. That's already brewing in my mind. But right now, I'm waiting for confirmation that sellers comes in. This a little bit telling me that, right? And it touched the red line. My red line right here, that's the 200 days moving average line. And no wonder, I said, no wonder it kind of bounced off here, right? Kind of bounced off here. Nothing is absolute, right? Penetrator, bounce off. This one penetrate, bounce, came back, right? So right now, I can see why it kind of bounces off, but I want to see a more stronger, really strong price confirmation. Bounce off here. And then on the next bar, I want to short it. It could be here, anywhere. But once I get my confirmation that sellers came back in and selling the financials, yes. And then I bet you, when that happens, I can find news, fundamental reason behind why sellers come back in. Right? Like this is fundamental. Okay, all this drop is fundamental. That was when Silicon Valley, the regional bank, blew up. Okay, let's move on. Energy been sideways and it's continued to move sideways. So interesting. Below the 200 moving average. Let's look at oil. Sideways also spike. Oil is a different animal. So I keep an eye out for it because it reflected border economy, especially the production costs. Right? Everything takes energy to produce. Okay? Machines need electricity to run. Right? Supplies need diesel, petroleum for the truck to run. So it's a good indicator where the economy can want to head. But also there's a lot of other geopolitics, supply and demand, the oil producing countries, the policy. So it's very, very broad factors. I remember talking to a very senior oil CTA, Commodity Trading Advisor. He did once told me there are 8 major factors in trading oils. But you kind of, oil trader usually just stick with oil, maybe a little bit different energy, but they will focus on one area. Which makes sense because that is a lot of different variables to cover. Yeah. Okay, let's look at gold. Yeah, gold just kind of like drifting off, kind of drifting off to a 200 moving day average. Bitcoin, just for the heck of it, I don't trade Bitcoin. And like chop sideways. Yeah, just I don't play this stuff. I just want to know. Just good to see where things are in perspective. Right. Okay, 20-year treasuries, bonds, ETF. Whoa, stalled off. Yeah, that makes sense. Because the Fed on last Thursday they said it's going to slow down on hiking interest rate, but there's still more interest rate hike to come. So bonds have inverse relationship with stock, and that greatly affected by interest rate. So that makes sense. Shanghai China index sideways. Okay, Alibaba, Big Bob. Probably, if I look it up, that's fundamental on these reasons behind this buying. Tencent, just to know. Yeah. Okay, now let's go to what been hot, the AI stock. Right. Apple. Ooh, Apple. Look at this, hugging that white line. If it comes back on this white line, ooh, buying opportunities. Okay. Right now, have to be patient. Always be patient. You want to make money in the market? Be really patient. Wait for money. Literally, I always tell people, you wait for money to drop on your lap. It actually drops on your lap. It does. When you see a good setup, that's money drops on your lap. Right now, I'm waiting for that setup. Nothing on Apple. Take a look at Google. Nothing on Google. Momentum definitely dying down below 21-day moving average already. So let's see when it touch this possible gap, and then this is the support line. We'll see. Meta. These guys been going up. Again, kind of like Apple, right? Looks the same. Let's extend our regression channels. And there we go. So I'm waiting for these levels, these things to happen. Moving average, just the resistance, support, and let's see what the buyers and seller want to do, and wait for price confirmation. Tesla. I don't make prediction. Kind of tired of doing that because you cannot really make good prediction and consistently make profit over time. You can't. Nobody can tell us the future, but you can tell and read what the market's doing and what it want to do, where it want to go. That's trend following. I know. Once things sets in motion, it tends to continue in that direction of motion. Newton's law. Right? So applies to the stock market too. Yeah. Interesting enough. Yep. Amazon. It's like hugging sideways. Netflix. Yeah, missed this one. I missed this one definitely. That's a good signal. Bounce off the white 21 days moving average line. So what do traders do? Buy on the next bar. Where do you get out? Where you get out, first exit point, first profits ticking point is the previous peak. This is where you reach it, you can get out and take your profit. And again, I will buy on this bar, sell put option below way below usually, and when it continues to goes up and reach my profit target, close out my options and take profit. If I feel that that's the end run right here, with this run, I will have completely closed out the position. Take profit. I feel pretty good then. Yeah, that was a trade. That was a good trade. Microsoft. Okay. And oracles. And this year, this whole year is about AI. 50% of the market gain came from AI plays. This is why on top of my list, my watch list, is all these tech companies, because the stock's been ramping. Meanwhile, if I'm looking for short, I'd be shorting the financials, because again, as we just covered before, the financials has an upside down flat. A border pattern is this flat pole and the flat bottom. So I'm expecting some point it's going to go down again and test the low. Alright, so I'm looking for price confirmation that sellers comes back in. This is a little one. Alright. Is this like, I would say 60%, 65, 70%, 70% or so, 65, 70% that you will make a profit on this target. But if it's up here, well, I'll pack it at 80% plus if I see a hammer up here. Right? But again, nothing is absolute. Right? You put the probability on your size, where you take the high probability trade. And that's what experienced trader does. We don't gamble, we don't predict. I'm gonna read the market, read the price section, look at the reasons behind. Sometimes I take the trade and then because it's moving, right? And then I look for the fundamental reasons to support my trade. And when I find it, then I know I'm good. If I don't find fundamental reasons, news, earnings, right, whatever, then I'd be really looking, following that trade closely, and close out as soon as something doesn't feel right or news is telling me otherwise, fundamentals are telling me otherwise. Right? This is why I actually use both fundamental and technicals. Right? But technicals give me a really quick reading of the market, of the stock, where had it been, where it's going, right? And then I can look for fundamentals, reason behind it. And I can wrap different trades and different time horizon of different types of trade around the fundamental reason with the technicals, price confirmation. And now that's trading. Okay, and that's good trading. Right. Okay, so let's continue on. Let's look at Intel. Oh, NVIDIA, right? This, of course, NVIDIA is a star of this year. Wow, stay up, never stay above this. Never, no seller comes in. A little bit, but it's just no seller comes in and buy a push back up. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting for a chance. I want to go long on NVIDIA, right? Okay, but it is what it is, right? You have to be patient. Just wait. Okay. Intel for the week, right? We trace all the way. AMD, yeah, the week, relatively speaking. Right? For the semiconductor, TSM2, IBM. Okay, Micron. I'm looking for price action where I would take a trade. That's all that is. Cisco. Okay, these are indecisive. Doji side is indecisive, basically. That's what it really means. So you can go either way. No, if this happens around here, I will take a trade. A small position to begin, to initiate, probably. Yeah. I scales in and scales out. I don't go all in all at once, not full 5%, 10% of my risk capital. I scale in. Right? If my allocation typically for a trade is 5% of my risk capital, then it's 1/3 of that 5% when I initiate a trade. So I might be able to get a better price later. Or I may need to adjust the trade because the trade went against me, but I think it's still intact. Then I will get another better point as kind of like averaging down, but it's very important that it's not a good habit to think of it, oh, I'm just averaging down as stock coming in against you. The only reason you're averaging down because the trade setup is still intact. Okay, really important. And that's how I literally blew out some, in my trading career because of thinking averaging down. No, you're averaging down because the trade setup is still intact. Okay, and you went in initially at a not advantageous pricing. Okay, clack. Yeah, well, consolidation box here, right? Little box here. Let me draw a little box. Okay, so I will look for prey when it goes outside the box. EMAT. Okay, yeah, that's about it for this sessions. I just want to cover some semiconductors and give you some more ideas. Okay, so thanks for watching. Until the next video, have a good day.